Hey, it's Phil here from Under the Crossbones. Thank you for being part of the show this year. It's the last week of 2017, and I appreciate you hanging in with me all this year and the last 2.5 years or so that we've been doing this, because without you, the show just goes out into the ether and would be heard by nobody, which is a drag, but it doesn't, because you're here listening, and I appreciate it. So it is the last week of 2017, and holiday time, whatever your holiday is that you're celebrating. Awesome. That's fantastic. I hope you're having a good one. Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, pagan holidays, do it up. Just do Saturnalia. I like them all. Do them all. And so what that means is this week, a lot of eating and a lot of not working. And that includes me. I am not working this week either, which means we're not going to do a new episode today. Instead, I'm going to republish the most popular episode of 2017. Should we do a drum roll? Drum roll. There was a drum roll on my chest that was kind of awkward. So drum roll, the most popular episode, the most downloaded episode of 2017 was Chris Bowes from Alestorm from back in May earlier this year. And so we're going to hear that episode again today, and I hope you enjoy giving it a second listen. And we will be back January 2nd with a great, fantastic interview with Marcus Rediker, who is the author of a book called Villains of All Nations, and we're going to go super deep into pirate history, bang, from week 1 of 2018. All right? So enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the replay of this Chris Bowes interview and some Alestorm music and all that kind of good stuff. You have good holidays. Eat a bunch. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you in January. Swashbucklers, you're listening to Under the Crossbones, episode number 93. My name is Phil Johnson. I'm your host for the show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for telling your friends and keeping this ship afloat. I appreciate it. And welcome to all the new folks that have come into the show since last week's Jeff Zanelli episode. That was a fun one. Episode number 93, fun fact about 93, in classical Persian finger counting, not sure what that is, the number 93 is represented by a closed fist. Because of this, classical Arab and Persian poets around 1 CE, the year 1 CE, referred to someone's lack of generosity by saying that the person's hand made 93. That's a pretty obscure one right there. So now you can, when somebody's not being generous with you, you can make a fist at them and go, and you're being 93. Don't be like that. It's also a greeting among Thelemites, which is Aleister Crowley stuff. Apparently they greet each other with 93. I didn't have time to dig deep onto either one of those, but there is a lot of stuff happening in those two facts, especially the Crowley stuff is super out there, interesting but strange. And the Persian finger counting, I have no idea what that is. Did not click that link in the Wikipedia article. So my guest today is another good one. Today we have Chris Bowes from Alestorm. Yes. You guys have been requesting an Alestorm interview since I started this show, pretty much. And finally got Chris Bowes. He's the singer of Alestorm. And if you're not sure who Alestorm is, they are a pirate and metal band originally from Perth, Scotland, but now spread out all over the world, as Chris will tell us about. And they have a brand new album out called No Grave But the Sea. And it came out May 26th, which under normal circumstances, I probably would have run this episode last week to promote the May 20th, but as you'll hear us talk about, it was the same day Pirates of the Caribbean came out. So you can go get their album now, No Grave But the Sea. It's in all the places. Alestorm.net is their website. You can go check it out there. And they're at Alestorm Band on Twitter. And they've got it on their website, and it's on Spotify. I already listened to it on there, and it's in all the places. So go check out No Grave But the Sea by Alestorm. Fun stuff. We'll talk about their intent and their theories behind their music during the interview, which sounds all very high-minded, but it's not high-minded, as you'll find. It's a fun interview. You'll dig it. If you're enjoying the show, and I hope you are, join us over on Facebook, facebook.com/underthecrossbones, twitter.com/undercrossbones. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed, whether that's on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, whatever your chosen podcast catcher of choice is. Chosen. That was redundant. Good job, Phil. All right. And if you want to check out the show notes for the show, go to underthecrossbones.com /093. Very easy. And I will have a couple Alestorm videos there. I have found even a complete concert. So if you want to see a whole concert by them, come on over to underthecrossbones.com /093. If you're enjoying the show and want to help support us, that would be awesome of you. Go to underthecrossbones.com /support. There's a little PayPal box. You can throw a donation in that box, whatever amount you feel is appropriate. There's an Amazon banner. If you click that Amazon banner, buy yourself something nice. Amazon kicks me back a few pennies. Just a few. It's not a lot, but it does help. Absolutely, it helps. And if you want to be a sponsor of the show, that's super easy. Just hit that support page. Email me from there, and we'll get you worked out. It's cheap and easy. Again, that's underthecrossbones.com /support. I don't know if you can tell. I'm doing this in the morning. I still have morning voice in my throat. Yeah, it's all good. Hey, all right, let's get into this interview. Are you ready? We're going to do it. We're going to talk some pyro metal with Chris Bowes from Alestorm. Check it out. Chris Bowes, the singer of Alestorm, you have been one of my most requested guests since I started this show, and so this is going to be really fun. You got a new album coming out on May the 26th called No Grave But the Sea, and now did you decide on that release date before you knew Pirates of the Caribbean was coming out that day, or was that part of the plan?
I swear to God, it's a complete coincidence. We had absolutely no idea. We just wanted to release it as soon as possible. That's the date that the label said the earliest day they could release it. So okay, May 26th it is. Then a week later, I saw this huge poster saying, May 26th, Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, what the hell? So, maybe we're going to, I don't know, we'll try and play off of this and get some sort of cool, steal some of their fans, as it were.
Yeah, there you go. It may work as a nice little bump for it, I think. I thought, I was like, I wonder if that was planned and they're that cool, but apparently not.
Yeah, we are definitely not that cool.
So tell me a little bit about the new album and what you guys' goals were for what you're doing with it.
Well, it's a bunch of songs, and they're mostly about pirates, as you may have guessed, with a heavy dose of drinking and stealing. And basically our goal was just to, I guess as always, write a really good album with nice songs that are nice to listen to. Uh-huh. But I think we're really polished and focused what we're doing. It's disgustingly catchy in places. There's some songs that are just full on, unabashed, unashamed pop music with guitars. It's disgustingly catchy and sing-alongable, which is, it's the main essence of what we do. It's just fun music to go to a gig, drink a beer, and sing along to and party with.
Well, one of the things that really catches me about you guys, especially in the metal community, is that you guys are a really fun band that does not appear to take itself overly seriously, as many metal bands are wont to do. Was that always a part of the band, or did you kind of grow into that idea?
I think, obviously when we started, we had no idea what was going on and how to be a band. And we just sort of, played it cool, like just, hey, we're Alestorm, this song's about pirates. Oh, again, we're all very kind of serious, well, kind of serious. But it kind of very quickly we realized that that's not who we are. We're not the kind of band to hide away and be all mysterious and, and like sort of pander to our fans and be like, oh yeah, man, you're all so great. We love you. Heavy metal brotherhood, all that shit. Yeah. We realized that that's not us, and we cannot deal with that sort of attitude. So we just said, let's just be ourselves. Let's just do what we want, and just treat fans like equals, not like we're gods or they're gods or we're so grateful to them or anything. We don't care. We really don't give a shit about anything, to be honest. So we just like telling it as it is. So obviously the music we write. We put effort into it. It's very well written, at least I think, well written, serious, crafted music. Uh-huh. But we just make sure not to take it too seriously. Yeah, sure, the lyrics are kind of stupid, but that's beside the point. But it's the attitude we take to it. It's like we're not, we don't care about any sort of heavy metal brotherhood, dudes.
Right.
None of that. We don't care. I love just going on Facebook when our fans try and say something. God, man, I love you guys. You're so metal. We're like, no, we're not metal. You're dumb. we love just abusing our fans in a sort of a friendly way, and everyone seems to love it. Everyone just seems to love this sort of weird attitude we have to stuff. And it's just who we are, I guess.
Yeah, that's really fun, and I can definitely identify on that type of songwriting thing, because I fell into comedy music about 12, 13 years ago, and found out that paid the bills better than playing regular music. And so I do the same thing. I write a really good song and then I give it stupid, funny lyrics, and people love that kind of thing. So I totally see where you're coming from on that. So when you're creating a new album, when you're going in to do that next album, is it, are you thinking about trying to do something different and something you haven't done before and pushing the envelope a little bit? Or are you trying to just really, we have this thing and we're going to get better at this thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think we always try and do something different every album. I mean, we always try to make it a bit new, add in some element that people aren't expecting. I guess on this one, there's a lot of that sort of, I guess you can call it like kind of metalcore sort of riffing and screaming and stuff, very sort of modern sounding stuff, but like still intermixed with all the classic kind of folky melodies, all the acoustic guitars and whistles and accordions and all the pirate sing-alongs, but it's all just blended together into this weird mishmash where you can't really say it's this genre anymore. Like, you know, I guess when we started, people said, "Oh yes, Alestorm, they're definitely a folk metal band." And now it's like these days, no, you really could not even go as far as to say that. It's just a complete psycho mix of whatever we want to do. And I think it's getting crazier every album. Like we're definitely trying not to pigeonhole ourselves in the genre, because you see a lot of these bands who are like in that sort of folk metal scene, you know, and there was a fad. Let's face it, the folk metal thing was a fad that was like around about maybe 2008, 2012. It was just the coolest genre to be in metal. Everyone wanted to play folk metal. There was all these big crazy pagan metal tours with thousands of people coming, and now nobody cares. So it's like, and that's why it's great that, you know, we didn't get ourselves stuck in that genre, because we don't have to keep pretending to hail Odin and, you know, worship our ancestors while drinking mead. We just said, let's write dumb songs about pirates and party.
I mean, you can kind of paint yourself into a corner with some of those styles. I mean, even if you take a band like Metallica, who has so much trouble getting away from their style that the fans revolt every time they do something different. How have you managed to not get stuck into that thing? Is it just a matter of constantly changing up a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's because, you know, if you look at any one Alestorm album, I guess all the songs aren't the same style. Like, you know, there's always like the fast folky one, the slow sing-along ballad one, the kind of the thrashy one, the power metal epic one. So it's sometimes I feel like we're like 4 or 5 bands at the same time, which can have its downsides, because, you know, people like different things. And so, like, you know, when we release the singles, we always release these sort of catchy pop song type ones, you know, songs like Drink, Mexico, and so on and so on. And then people go, "Oh, I miss Alestorm when they were a serious band that sang epic songs about battle." Like, well, dude, those songs are still there. Just they make shitty singles, so we don't release them.
Right.
They're on the album. Just listen to the album, you hear it. So I think it's just by having the sheer variety of what we do has helped. You know, if we find that something is working better than something else, we just start doing more of that. You know, turns out as it is, the kind of stuff that we enjoy the most and the fans enjoy the most are the really dumb, stupid sing-along songs. So nice. I guess that's what we're going to do a lot more of in the future.
Yeah, once again, I can identify, because that's what people like. They just want to be able to sing along and have a good time, which is sort of hard when the guy's going constantly.
Yeah, I mean, we're not like, you know, we're not saying, "Oh, we're creating art. You want to listen to what we want to make." But like, we love entertaining people. We want to make music that people like, and because we like it when people like our music, it's fun. It's fun getting a positive reaction from the crowd. So yeah, we're not too proud to say we write the songs people want to hear. You know, it's because that's the whole damn point in music.
Certainly, yeah, absolutely. I think so too. That's really great. So tell me a little bit about the beginning of the band. You were the guy that's been there the whole time, right? Yeah,
it was back in, I guess, 2004. It was myself, our original guitarist Gavin, and a bunch of other people. We said, "Hey, let's start a metal band." Okay, so I was there. I wasn't even the singer at the time. I just played the keyboards. So we got to this rehearsal and we thought, okay, what should we play? I was like, well, I wrote this song last week and it's about pirates. I don't know, pirates are kind of fun. I wrote a bunch of songs, but this one's about pirates.
Okay.
So we played the song. It was actually the song Heavy Metal Pirates, which we released on an EP or something, or a bonus track at some point. And it wasn't very good, but we thought it was amazing at the time. We thought, wow, this is sick. Let's write some more songs about pirates. So I thought, okay. I mean, it wasn't ever really a massive thing, and it wasn't expecting to always write about pirates. But then it just happened that the next song was about pirates, and the next song was about pirates, and suddenly we were a pirate metal band. We're like, okay, I guess that's our thing now. Cool. And, you know, it just sort of snowballed from there. became these guys with all the songs about pirates and drinking and rum and wenches and ships and treasure. And then it all got dreadfully out of control. Like, we got offered this record deal by Napalm Records. We were like, sure. And we thought, okay, I guess maybe we'll release one album and it'll suck and we'll sell like 1,000 copies and maybe we'll support some bands on a tour once. And then everything just exploded and we thought, oh my God, people love this. What the hell is going on? This is out of control. You know, there was never any kind of concerted, media push or, marketing schemes. It just sort of happened by itself. And we were definitely not prepared for it. Like, the first 3 or 4 years of our career as a signed band, we just sunk. Like, we were shitty musicians. We couldn't play the songs. We didn't know how to do stuff. We were just so bad. And I look back and I'm embarrassed about some of the crap we got up to. But somehow we survived. 20,000 lineup changes later. Here we are today.
I can identify with those lineup changes. I've been through quite a few myself. Did you ever feel, or do you ever feel, trapped in the pirate thing, or is there enough subject matter within that keeps you writing songs that you haven't run out of ideas yet?
Yeah, it's definitely not a trap. Like, we're still finding new things to write about, and we're sort of expanding the envelope of, how far you can go with something and still make it be about pirates. It could be like a song about anything, and you just suddenly mention, and there was a ship. And then suddenly it's about pirates, You can do anything, like a recipe for biscuits and gravy, and then, but it's biscuits and gravy in the Caribbean Sea, and then suddenly, okay, that's a pirate song. So we're just sort of getting very, very tangential to stuff. I want to write some, like, in the future, I want to write a song about pirates fighting against Batman. Like,
okay,
why? Like, there's so many cool shit that we haven't done yet that we can do, and we're just going for the easy topics right now. It took us to our 5th album to write a song called Treasure Island. that's pretty good going. You could think that'd be one of the first ones you'd write, but it took us this long. So yeah.
That's funny because, I suppose if you're not taking it super seriously, then you can go very tangential like that and do Batman versus Pirates, which I want to hear that song. That would be fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys actually dressed up like Batman for a Halloween show once, didn't you?
Yeah, we did that once we actually did it twice. But yeah, it was a Halloween show, so we called ourselves Christian Bale Storm and dressed up as Batman characters and renamed all the songs to be dreadful Batman puns.
Nice.
And it was good.
That's hilarious.
It'll never happen again. Every time we play on Halloween, we always try to do something different.
And what was this past Halloween? What did you do for
last
that one?
Yeah, we were playing a show in Atlanta, and we all just dressed, just full on Halloween costumes. So I was dressed up as like a black metal pharaoh.
Okay.
Gaz was like our bass player. Gaz was the mummy. Our guitarist was a priest. Our drummer was Santa Claus. Like he decked out his entire drum kit in like Christmas decorations. And our keyboard player was the Scarecrow from Wizard of Oz. And we gave all the songs like spooky names and all the stage banter was all like kind of evil and spooky. We even wrote some custom intro music and everything. It was amazing. It was such a good show. But yeah, so we loved doing fun Halloween things.
So tell me a little bit about the choice to cover In the Navy by the Village People. It's an interesting choice for a metal band.
Yeah, I mean, we'd had a request for that for a very long time.
Oh, really?
We'll still do it, maybe. So we actually recorded that when we were recording our 3rd album. And we sat on it for like 2 years, just waiting for the moment to release it. And yeah, it wasn't the best song. But it was something kind of fun. It's obviously pirates, Navy, makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
We played it live on a tour once, but it's probably not going to come back. It was just like a little joke for a little while.
Yeah, I think, and I'm always in favor of interesting, sort of inappropriate covers for bands to do. I think those are fun. I just did, and I haven't even released it yet, but I just did a cover of "I Want to Be Sedated" by the Ramones, but all acoustic guitars and 3-part vocal harmonies.
Absolutely.
And slowed down, so it's like super dirgy. So, anyways.
That's the complete opposite of what the Ramones was about, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, actually, what it was is I dreamt the arrangement. I woke up one morning and I was like, "Oh wow, that's a cool arrangement of that song. I should do it." And so I sat down and did it. But so anyway, side note, you also unironically play a guitar, which I think is very fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's people think, oh, that's that funny 80s instrument. I mean, it's not an 80s instrument. The guitar I use, it came out in like 2006. It's not even that old. it's basically out of necessity, because if you want to sing and play keyboards, it's the only way you can do it, you know.
Right, because you were the keyboardist originally, right? Not the singer?
Yeah, originally I was just the keyboard player, and then I added the vocals afterwards. So I was like, okay, I need to sing, and so here's the keyboard, and I can play this and sing. It's like we don't really make a big deal of the guitar these days. It's there, and it's like, to me, it just seems completely normal. But
sure.
I have to realize that to most people, seeing a guitar is just the stupidest thing they've ever seen on stage. I like to think we make it look cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. So one of the things that always intrigues me about because you kind of fell into the European metal scene, right? You didn't fall into the pirate band scene that exists out there, but more the metal scene, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what always intrigues me about the metal scene is that there are so many bands I've never heard of. I was reading over your Wikipedia page and all the bands that you've played with and opened for and all that kind of, and like I'd heard of Dragon Force. That was the only band I'd heard of on the whole page. And do you find that the metal scene is larger and more open in Europe than it is in America?
It's definitely larger. Like you're saying, there's all these bands that you say you've never heard of. It's
yeah.
Like, you know, we when we tour with these bands in Europe, it's like we play to several thousand people a night. You know, whereas bands who you'd think are popular, like American popular bands, go to Europe and they play to about 20 people.
Right.
You know, it's Europe. Metal is huge business in Europe. It's a massive thing, and it's so different. Like we don't, like say, we're not really in on any of that pirate scene thing. Like in America, we've done tours with that band, the Dread Crew of Oddwood, that sort of acousticy. I'm sure you know that acousticy sort of folky thing. Yeah. But it's just such a different world over there as it is over here in America. It
definitely
crazy.
is. What do you think has sustained it so long in Europe? I mean, Europe is officially the birthplace of metal, as much as we here in the Bay Area would like to lay claim to thrash, but that's where it all comes from. Why do you think it's sustained so long there?
I don't know. I think it's I think it just didn't die in the 90s. Like there was, I think a lot, you know, like in America and the UK and stuff, they start getting this cringe feeling towards like all the over the top glam stuff, all the hair metal. People start to realize it's a bit sort of gay and embarrassing and a bit dumb, and I think that's kind of why it died in the West, as it were. But like in mainland Europe, people don't have that sense of shame. They don't feel embarrassed by, you know, a guy in a wig singing 3 octaves above everyone else. they always thought it was cool, and they still think it's cool. So it's just weird. Like I think there was a time when this sort of metal was just as big in America and the UK as it is still in Germany.
Certainly.
But it's the sort of the cultures diverged, and here in America, if you want to be a big band, you've got to be someone like, I don't know, like Five Finger Death Punch or some sort of really Pantera sounding metal band.
Right. Yeah, and there seems to be more diversification in the metal sounds in Europe too than we have here, because like you said, here it's Five Finger Death Punch or Mastodon, and that's about it. And over there seems to be a lot more differentiation to the styles, which and that may just be, I guess that's just a function of it never quite died out there, so everybody got to keep going and evolving.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much how it worked, I suppose.
So then what brought you to living in Johnson City, Tennessee?
Well, basically I met a lady, and I
say no more.
Yeah, and she was from here, so I came here, and that's it. You know, you got to live somewhere, and it's nice here up in the mountains. I got bored of Europe. It's very bland and weird. But yeah, so here I am now. It's great. I love America.
And how does that work logistically? Because where's the rest of the band? Are they still in Scotland?
We live all over the place. Our drummer lives in Northern Ireland. Our bass player lives in Scotland. And our keyboard player and guitarist live in Hungary.
Oh my
gosh. We're sort of all over the place.
Now, how does that work logistically when you're rehearsing, writing an album, that kind of thing?
Well, we don't rehearse. Our last rehearsal was in June 2011.
Okay.
Which is pretty good considering we've changed 2 band members since then and released 2 albums. But we actually might have a rehearsal next month. That'd be kind of fun. We'll see how that goes.
So when you're writing, are you just then trading demo files back and forth and working from those?
Yeah, it's just trading like, you know, scores over the internet and stuff is the way we do it. You know, we never meet up until we go to the studio to record it, to do the album. Yeah. So it's all just done remotely.
Yeah. And where did you record the new album?
We actually recorded it. Well, usually we record it in northern Germany. It's a town called Lübeck. And it's dreadful and cold there in winter. And fun. So we flew the whole band and our producer to Orlando in Florida.
Okay.
To record there in the lovely Floridian January sunshine. And that was a really good idea because I think this is the first time we've done an album where I don't have a cold while I'm singing. So it was great.
Did you find that the environment, the change in environment, changed the music at all? Because that's often the case with me.
Oh, I mean, like, obviously the songs were already very written. It was just simply a case of recording stuff there. Like there was not much of a creative process going on in the studio. It's like because we'd made demos like in advance that approach did the albums exactly how they should be.
All right. Yeah. Oh, so the demos were pretty dead on, and they're just recreating it with better gear, essentially.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
What's the touring schedule going to look like over the next few months after the record comes out?
We've got a couple of festivals in Europe in June, and then the big thing this summer for us is we're doing the Vans Warped Tour all across the USA, which is weird because we're definitely probably the first ever folk metal band to ever play the Warped Tour. But
I think so.
It's something different. I think it's just like I say, our music's fun and stupid and catchy, and anyone can like it. So
it's because Warped is. Very much. It started off as more of a punk rock tour, so the fact that they're bringing sort of a metal thing into it the last few years is interesting to begin with. But I think you guys will fit in great there. I was hoping to catch the Mountain View, California show, but I am booked for a gig in another state that day, so I'll be missing it again.
That was going to be fun, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So how many dates are you doing on Warped?
Pretty much all of it apart from the first 2 shows because we have a prior engagement. So yeah, it's like 40 shows.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Long time.
Nice. So once you've been on tour with the guys for that long, you're probably ready to go spend time on opposite sides of the world then.
Yeah, it's we get enough time together that it's nice to just run away at the end and retreat to your little bubble for a few months.
Yeah.
Do it all.
I see my band about once every 5 to 7 years at this point. So
it's pretty impressive.
Well, I started performing solo, so I do 10 or 15 gigs a month. I just do it without them and I don't have to split the money.
Capitalism at its finest.
That's right. Cool, man. So I'm gonna play a tune from the new album after I spin the interview on the show. So we'll have that, and it's available May 26th, 2017, same day Pirates of the Caribbean comes out.
Ahoy.
And it's called No Grave But the Sea, which is a great title. And is there a particular single that people should be looking for on the release?
When it comes out, listen to the song "Fucked with an Anchor." It's probably the most ridiculous song we've ever written, and it's going to be a fan favorite. I just know it.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's a title I don't even think I could get away with, and I can get away with quite a bit in my act. That's hilarious. Okay, so we'll be watching for with an Anchor, and May 26th, and I imagine it'll be everywhere: Amazon, Spotify, iTunes, all that kind of good stuff.
Your local record store, whatever. I don't know, internet, all that stuff. Buy it, please. Thank you.
Yes. Oh, there's fans of this show definitely will. That's for sure. So I appreciate your time today, Chris. Did I not ask anything that you want everybody to know about? Did we miss anything? I just want to tell everyone to eat recycled pork. And that's all. Recycled pork. Sounds, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, okay. All right. Thanks a bunch, Chris. I hope to catch you again soon. Great. Cheers, dude. All right. Thank you very much. Bye. And there it is, friends. That is my interview with Chris Bowes from Alestorm. Hope you enjoyed it. You can find Alestorm at alestorm.net. And you can find them on Twitter at AlestormBand. And that is all fun stuff. So make sure you go visit them. Check out that new album, No Grave But the Sea. It's really good, and you're going to dig it. I'm going to play you a song from the new album in just a second. And we'll get to that. And you can also see some videos on the show notes at underthecrossbones.com/093. Couple quick notes. You'll notice I bleeped out some of the naughty words in there. Normally I wouldn't do that. Chris is both a pirate and a rock star. There's bound to be naughty words, right? But I'm trying to play nice with Apple this week because they've got me featured. I don't want to do anything to irritate them. So that's why I beeped him out this week. But no biggie. We'll hear dirty words in the future, I'm sure. Under the Crossbones today is sponsored by Pirate Radio of the Treasure Coast, WKKC-DB, playing the best music in pirate radio talk. You can listen to Under the Crossbones on both their stations. Just go to pirateradiooftheTreasureCoast.com or pirateradiotc.com. And don't forget to download the apps. There's the Pirate Radio Treasure Coast app, which is their music station, and Pirate Radio Talk, which is their talk station. All right? And Pirate Radio, the Treasure Coast, good people over there, and lots of listeners over there. So if you're listening to us on Pirate Radio, the Treasure Coast, or as I abbreviate it, Piratzi, thanks for listening, and we appreciate it a whole bunch. What am I missing here? We're going to play Mexico in a second from the new Alestorm album, No Grave But the Sea, and you can also find that video for Mexico on the show notes, underthecrossbones.com/093. Got a free ebook for you. I do. It's Alexander Exquemelin's Pirates of Panama or Buccaneers of America. You'll see it under both titles out there in the world by Alexander Exquemelin. And this was a book published originally in 1678, written by a doctor who ended up on pirate ships doing the pirate thing. It's a great book. You should definitely read it. It's one of the seminal pieces of pirate text out there. It's a really good one. All you have to do is go to underthecrossbones.com, click on that free ebook button, and you'll get it right there. Or if you're just out and about and you got your all you got is your phone, you can text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. Text the word pirate and your email address to 94253. You could do that right now, right where you are. You could just press pause and just do that right now. Or I could wait. No, I won't wait. That's not good pod. That silence like that, that's not good pod. Not good podcasting at all. All right. How about some music from Alestorm? How about we do that? Yeah, I'm going to play a track from their new album called Mexico, which doesn't sound super piratey, but they make it piratey. Like you said, they're on a quest pretty much to make anything piratey. I want to hear the Batman song so far, and I want to hear the cornbread recipe or whatever that was. So anyway, let's check it out. This is Mexico by Alestorm from their new album, No Grave But the Sea. that is our show for today, friends. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is episode 93. You were listening to Chris Bowes, singer of Alestorm, and of course you can find them at alestorm.net or on Twitter at AlestormBand. And make sure you pick up their new album, No Grave But the Sea, in all the places where music is available these days. And keep leaving those reviews on iTunes for us and for them. The reviews are nice. We like reviews because it tells us you guys are listening. And that's it. Next week, more great show. I'll see you then.